Today is October 27th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live here on ClaibsOnline.com, presented by Mungenast, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. I'm Joe Roderick, joined alongside by Bob Ramsey and Rammer. Happy Game 6 anniversary to you. 10 years ago today.
What an amazing event it was. An unbelievable game that ended up in a world championship. And it goes to show you that every series has great moments. Probably not as many as that one. Now, had the Cardinals turned around and lost Game 7, we'd remember it as a fun game. But because it led to a championship, that's why it stands out. You know, it's why, we always remember the Pujols off Brad Lidge. But had the Cardinals gone on to win the World Series, that would be an all-time memorable moment for everybody else, too. So the fact that the Cardinals took that momentum and finished the deal the next night, it made it extra special.
Absolutely. I actually, about an hour ago, talked with Daniel Descalso, who was a member of that 2011 team and also former minor league roommates of Ali Marmol. Talked to him about an hour ago. That'll be up on Claibs Online this Friday as a part of Weekend
Awesome.
Joe. So look for it. Look for it there. Hey, speaking of World Series postseason coverage, brought to you by the Alton Sports Tap. You can head on out there tonight for Game 2 as the Braves and Astros go at it again. And Rammer, looking back at Game 1 last night of the series, you saw both teams have to go into their bullpen very early for two very different reasons, but that has probably changed the whole complex of this series right from the start.
You know, what could sort of put things back on track a little bit is if one or both starters tonight can give a traditional starter performance. Well, not even traditional. I'm not looking for a complete game, but if somebody can get through the 6th or even get into the 7th, it could. If one of those pitchers can do it, I think it gives one of those clubs a huge edge the rest of the way. What I'm going to be interested in seeing is watch Dusty Baker tonight. Will he make the same mistake that the Red Sox and the Dodgers made and overreact in a non-elimination game? Because people will argue, oh, well, if you go down 2-0, blah, 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 it's no, it's not like an elimination game. Baseball history is thick with teams that come back down 2-0. I keep an eye on Baker and that bunch. If they overplay it, and again, it's not fair to say panic, but where it feels like a panic move and start going to everybody, and now you don't have anybody to start Game 3, and then it just dominoes. And we saw the Dodgers and the Red Sox both deal with that. So that'll be one of the keys, I think, tonight with respect to pitching.
You did see Jake Odorizzi, the Highland product, come in there and kind of, you know what, he smoothed things out. He came in there, he got through 2 1/3 last night against the Braves, and was able to kind of get them probably back on track, back into normal bullpen usage for those final few innings of the game. But the one thing, and you know what, what I thought was going to happen was the Astros wouldn't be able to handle the Braves bats. I didn't think it was going to happen immediately off the Game 1 starter that the Astros, that I wasn't expecting. I figured they would just slowly wear them down and get into the bullpen and tire everybody out and, take it from, middle of the series on. I was not expecting them to jump all over them in the first inning of the game. 3 pitches in, Jorge Soler makes World Series history last night. I can't believe that has never happened before. In 117 years of the World Series, never before has the first batter of the game hit a home run. And that's just, that is so surprising to me that's never happened until last night. But it didn't stop there either. But you know what? The Astros didn't play the greatest defense either last night,
which is a bit of a surprise. Yeah, I kind of looked at it like Jorge Soler saying, I should have been playing anyway. And he would, we've talked about it before. When they picked up those 4 outfielders, individually, and maybe even as a group at the time, you're going, okay, they're desperate. Okay, they're desperate. And that those four guys as a group helped the Braves sort of figure it out again and redefine who they were. And I think it's a testament to each one of those guys individually that none of them were really on the scrap heap, but almost forgotten pieces, except maybe for except for maybe where, a guy like Jock Peterson's well thought of, Rosario you liked a lot, and but still, it wasn't a seismic shift when those moves were made, but it's made the Braves.
Make sure you tell Claves that Rosario was my guy, because during the lunch show this past Monday, he gave you all the credit for wanting Rosario as part of the Cardinals. And I was sitting there and I was going, wait a second, I could have swore it was me that said it, and he had me thinking if it was me or not that wanted Rosario. So
well, maybe it was me. If Clayton says it's me, it's me.
But no, you put all four of them, I mean, all different skill sets, all different players, and you put them in there and inject them into different spots in that order. And just the way that they all gelled in, and you saw Duvall hit a home run, Soler hit a home run in game one, Rosario, it just, goes out there, gets a few hits, throws out a runner at second in the game. It was fun to watch them last night. And I know yesterday when you and Keith Costas were talking, you guys were heavy on the Astros, and you admitted to it that it seemed like you guys were talking about the Astros too much, but they just got down so much yesterday in such a hurry that it was hard for them to claw back. But one guy that I'm going to really enjoy watch hitting in this series is Kyle Tucker. And just watching him go up there and hit, it's just one of those, I don't know if it's the left-handed swing or what it is, but it's a beautiful thing to watch him hit.
Yeah, he's a hell of a player. Good defender, can run. He's got all the tools. He's going to be a star. He's already, he is playing like a star, but to be a star, everybody has to recognize it. He's going to be a secret no longer to even the casual fan. He's a really nice player. And we're talking about the Keith Costas podcast, and you and I had talked about it previously as well, where I talked about you have to neutralize Altuve and Brantley. Brantley still had 3 hits, but then Bergman right behind him did nothing. Altuve's got to figure it out. He's too instrumental as being a catalyst for that offense, even though 1 through 9, they can all hit and they can all play. He's the catalyst. He's got to get it going or the Astros are in trouble.
The Braves tonight will put Max Fried on the mound. 3 of those names, 3 of those big names for the Astros. Fried's a lefty. You got Brantley, you have Alvarez, you have Tucker, all 3 lefties in the lineup. I don't expect any of them to be sat because of there being a lefty on the mound. What changes do you think happened to the Astros with a lefty on the mound, or is it just business as usual, roll out the same 9?
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but my understanding, my recollection is that the splits aren't dramatic. Could they shift a couple of guys around lower in the order? Could they even shift Brantley down a little bit? They could. I guess getting in that meeting, how many votes does Dusty Baker have, and the analytics. I tend to think that the lineup's going to be their lineup with some subtle shifting around of those guys, perhaps. But this is a night that Altuve and Bregman got to get it going.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the other side, the Braves, we already know we're going to see a big switch into their lineup, even though they scored 6 runs last night. Rosario is probably leading off tonight now that they're back to facing a righty. So that entire structure of that lineup changes as they go from left to right.
Yeah, without changing the middle. And so, that was the thing that once Acuna got hurt and, Albies had been leading off and they finally moved him down. They really, for a couple of months, were searching for a leadoff guy. And unbelievably, at least unbelievable to me, Snitker chose Soler. I'm going, well, what? That doesn't make sense. Yet it worked and they kept winning. And he pulled the right strings on that. And now he's got a lefty righty that he can flip in and out of there. And but his 2, 3, 4 guys will remain the same, and they're going to be a handful. Snitker's got it figured out. They're playing with confidence. They already, at minimum, have their split from Atlanta. They'll be focused, but they won't be stressed, and that is a dangerous team to play.
It's going to be a little bit different of an atmosphere tonight, too. Last night, the roof was closed. They already said that tonight the roof will be open at Minute Maid. So 2 different 2 days in a row. Yeah. Really, it's like playing in 2 different stadiums when you look at how these stadiums and the numbers go from having that closed roof to that open roof, and they're doing that between game 1 and 2.
Yeah, it'll change things. I think players can't.
Both teams get the same advantage.
Yeah. I don't think a player can worry about it. I don't know of any analytics that could affect an individual. I think just bring a jacket.
Hey, we mentioned the Braves having to go to their bullpen early tonight. We did not mention why Charlie Morton breaking his leg on that comebacker gets a fracture, and still went out and pitched an entire inning. He struck out 2 guys. He hit 96 on the gun with a broken leg. Rammer,
guys,
that's Bob Gibson-esque.
Yeah, I was going to say, guys of my era remember that. The difference was this is in a World Series. Gibson was a regular season event. Roberto Clemente broke his leg. It was just below his knee. What's remarkable is how quickly Gibby came back. And then, of course, the Cardinals were great. He was great. They won the World Series. He got 3 wins in the series. But this was in a World Series, and Morton will be an inspiration for that club. No question about it.
He apologized after the game for not pitching more on a broken freaking leg.
Yeah. You don't
that's
think
the guy, of a guy. Yeah, that's the guy you want in your clubhouse.
You don't think of a guy who's not known for, for not being one of those guys that overpowers hitters as being a stud, but this guy's a stud. He's as tough as they come.
Game 2, Rammer, is tonight. Braves and Astros as they go, and the Astros try to salvage a game before the series heads to Atlanta for the middle 3. We will be back with you. Not sure, tomorrow, Friday, whenever we will be back before Game 3 of the World Series to break all that down for you right here on Daily Cards Live. Rammer, a quick word from Royal Banks.
Hey, you're looking for a new home? Maybe you want to refinance your current mortgage. Royal Banks wants to be your home buying partner with a local staff that'll guide you through the process. Royal Banks is an experienced mortgage lender that you can trust. I know because I do. Still time to lock in a low rate, 314-212-1500. Go online to royalbanksofmo.com. Royal Banks, where better service means better banking. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
He is Bob Ramsey. I'm Joe Roderick. Postseason coverage has been brought to you by the Alton Sports Tap, and Daily Cards Live is brought to you each and every day by Mungenast, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri, right here on ClaibsOnline.com.
The 2021 Acura TLX is the top-selling luxury sedan in St. Louis, and St. Louis Acura has an unbeatable selection. The TLX has the highest safety rating, and right now you can get $2,500 in Loyalty Conquest offers with 0% financing for up to 36 months. We offer free pickup and delivery, and we'll also buy your used vehicle, even if you don't buy from us. St. Louis Acura, committed to becoming better than ever for you.